Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Hearts. It's 11, the main person of the hour, but also the presidents and Daily Wire people are here too. Donald is playing since Barack got all the way up to that lady that turned into a dragon, so they've still got a bit left before they're done.
Thanks for the introduction, I guess, but I'm not sure why you're here exactly. You just kind of showed up after the last video in the series and didn't really explain what's going on.
Not to say you can't be here, but we just didn't expect you before. For context, everyone, you should watch the previous part. I mean, you should watch all of them, but especially the last one so you have slightly more information.
Once I have some time away from the fights and the cutscenes, I'll tell you all about what I'm doing here.
Kairi! 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 Open your eyes!
It's no use. That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up.
I think if I use that smelling salt move like in Pokemon, then she will wake up.
Joe, that only works on paralyzed Pokemon, not sleeping ones.
Cannot be completed, so long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps.
The princess? Kairi's a princess?
Yes. And without her power, the keyhole will remain incomplete.
So do we have to wake her up now? Is that what the goal is?
That is a goal to work on, although not the first one that needs to be accomplished. The main one right now is to defeat, as you would call him, Sleepy Riku, to focus on sleeping Kairi.
What's...
Don't you see yet? The princess's heart is responding. It has been there all along. Kairi's heart rests within you.
Hold up a minute. So hearts can just go into other people and not even be noticed by the person it's going into. How does that even work?
Sometimes it just be like that. Would you all believe me if I said that I was actually someone who took one of your hearts in some insane event that you don't even know about? Well, I hope you would have said no, because I just made all of that up right now. That wouldn't be a kind thing to do.
The Seeker of Darkness. So, I shall release you now, Princess. Complete the keyhole with your power.
So this guy is actually Ansem. Did we hear about him before? It's been a while since we've played some of the worlds. I'm not exactly remembering where certain characters were mentioned.
What you really need to know is that he's the main bad guy here, and he's not going to be easy to fight both here and later.
Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart.
All right, Donald, this is one of the more difficult fights in the game. He has several attacks that can hurt you, but you can dodge them well enough alongside using arrow if you do get hit. What you really need to avoid is the attack he uses later, where he just dashes at you a lot and hits the middle of the area, since you can't really hurt him while he does that. I had one time where I was fighting him while playing on the Steam Deck, and he just used that move like 5 times, and there was nothing I could do, so it would be nice if that doesn't happen here.
I think I'm doing okay so far. This is certainly an exciting way to start my gameplay today by fighting Sleepy Riku in the middle of the world.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt this whole thing you've got with Sleepy Riku, but I did want to go into more of why I'm here before the cutscenes start coming back, because they tend to do that a lot. Basically, I just wanted to check up and see how you all were since I haven't seen you in a while, but it was also to see if you'd stop bringing people here since you do that pretty frequently.
Well, we haven't been focusing on bringing people over here. It's just something that kind of happens when we go to worlds like these ones. We can't really control it.
I did not ask for your justifications on why what you're doing is actually good. I told you to stop bringing people in like you did for the 100-acre wood and when they come in for every world, because to be honest, it is really starting to piss me off that you people just will not listen to me. Do you understand me?
Geez, calm down there. We won't keep bringing people here. Not sure what your deal is.
I'm going to take a minute to collect myself before I get too mad, so just keep watching whatever's going on in the game.
It won't work. The keyhole's not finished yet.
I suppose Goofy has this sudden knowledge on how keyholes work and when they can't be sealed. Not sure where he learned that bit of information.
I think he just made it up to sound smarter than he really is.
Your heart. But how? A keyblade that unlocks people's hearts. I wonder.
Sora?
I'm thinking he is going to use that on himself. Not sure what's going to happen to him as a result, but that's one way of going about it.
Just as a heads up, there is not going to be all that much fighting for the next several minutes.
Hold on!
I tried this to deal with heartburn once. It didn't work.
So that's it. Sora sacrificed himself to save Kairi and the other princesses. He really did save who he was able to, even at the cost of himself.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll be back in like 5 minutes or so.
Sora! What's happening to me? Falling into darkness.
Perhaps I can talk a bit more about myself more calmly than I did before. So I think I mentioned it back in Halloween Town, but I'm usually the one actually bringing everyone back to their worlds after they come to this place. A few times others have brought them back without my help, but generally it's me. I know sometimes you can't control it, but sometimes you certainly can. That, whatever it is you built that brought in people at the Olympus Coliseum and the 100-acre wood, it's even more unnatural and I notice it sooner. Basically, I'm kind of working on something here in the background, but it always takes my focus away to deal with whatever it is you people are dealing with. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, that is more reasonable the way you say it now. Sorry if we inconvenienced you at all. We didn't realize what you were doing before, and we still don't exactly now that you mention it. Maybe if we just stay focused on the game, we won't get quite as riled up or anything.
No. You won't use me for this.
Riku!
You've got to run. The Heartless are coming.
Spoken like a true magic expert, Donald. Now what do we do with Sora gone?
Well, he's not exactly gone in the traditional sense. You actually still play as him, but in a Heartless form, which is pretty unique since most of them just try attacking you, but he does not. You'll have to go to the middle section of Hollow Bastion where you fought Riku the first time.
Oh hey, that is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I'll get any attacks while looking like him since I don't imagine the Heartless fight each other, but this is a pretty weird experience.
I think these guys have like maybe 2 attacks, so there's not much to do like this.
You are correct, Joe. There is not much to do here. In a few later games, you actually can turn into a Heartless by using Rage form. That is not present here, which though unfortunate is fine since you won't be like this for very long.
I would like to see what a Rage form version of Sora would be like. Maybe if I play any of the later games on my own time, I'll see what you mean.
It's actually called Anti-Form in Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's not as convenient since you can't really exit out of the form really easily, and there's not as much benefit to using it compared to other forms in the game. But it's not really relevant to this playthrough, so we don't need to go into too much detail.
I think you're right on that. We're skipping ahead a little bit to where the rest of the group are since there's not much to really do while being a Heartless.
That seems fine, since yeah, if there's no attack moves or any enemies to fight, then I can't imagine what else he would be doing.
Actually, I wonder what Heartless even do with their time when not fighting Sora. Not like they have hobbies from what we've seen so far.
Sora? Is that you? This time I'll protect you.
Protecting him would be a lot easier if she had her own Keyblade, or really anything else at this point.
Kairi, thank you. Sora!
Well, that whole sacrifice to release the hearts lasted a good 3.5 minutes before he's just back with no lasting problems.
Go now!
Come with us!
I told you before, I'm not leaving without Belle. Now go! The Heartless are coming.
All right, so at this point, B stays here and everyone else goes to Traverse Town again to discuss what happened. Just a little bit of exploring will take place, and then they'll go back to Hollow Bastion again to see what's changed.
Oh, okay, so mainly just exploring. That's good to know.
Yeah, this is definitely more relaxed after the eventful beginning few minutes.
So the darkness is flowing out of that keyhole.
No wonder there are more and more Heartless everywhere. The only way to stop them is...
Seal the keyhole, right?
Maybe, but no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
I don't know if Beast really counts as a friend considering he met Sora within half an hour of them going to and leaving Hollow Bastion, but he has the right idea of sealing the keyhole.
Hearts. Just like that keyhole you saw. Of course, without Kyrie's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora. If anyone can save your friend, you can.
So what happens now?
Donald will be directed by Sid in a moment to get back to Hollow Bastion in a different way than he went before.
Hey, while I read what to do, I did want to ask 11 if he is still listening something. What exactly is it that you're doing in the background you mentioned earlier that we're taking attention away from?
I've just been working on a little project back in the President's Central. It's a nice place, very open and easy to observe from.
But it's literally just empty space. Is it something you're going to tell us sometime? You seem very vague about it, and I don't know if it will affect us.
I'll admit I haven't been very forthcoming with information that is true. It will probably affect you all, but not sure if it's something you'll even notice. I'm the kind of guy who likes to finish a project myself before I start telling people all about it. After all, if I announce it too early and don't get it finished in a reasonable amount of time, then it's just something that keeps going and gets delays and stays around longer than I'd intend. Kind of like your upload schedule, am I right?
A little fourth wall breaking there towards the end, but otherwise, yes, I get what you mean. Still, I find it a little odd how you won't be specific, but maybe it's not for us to know.
I'll tell you what, I will let you all know what I'm doing right around the time where I'd be getting it finished up, so you're not left in suspense for too long.
All right, that sounds good.
a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, your grandma's story, right?
That's right. We were together.
You know what's funny? I looked everywhere for you, but you were with me all along. Finally, we're together, Kyrie. Now, it's time to get Riku back.
I mean, he already made his choice to be with the Dragon Lady and be one with the darkness or something. I'm not saying we should just leave him, but that would be a good decision, all things considered.
Donald, we have to help Riku in order to finish the game. We're not stopping now.
All right, fine.
I was lost in the darkness. I couldn't find my way. As I stumbled through the dark, I started forgetting things. My friends, who I was. The darkness almost swallowed me. But then I heard a voice. Your voice. You brought me back.
I didn't want to just forget about you, Sora. I couldn't.
So there are only a few worlds left after this one, right? I don't think there's much more space on the world map last time we saw it.
There is one more world that we will very briefly see soon, but not actually go into it properly until the second to last part. There's only a few more videos until we're done, so that is nice to know the project is getting closer to being finished.
I think I will miss this playthrough a lot when we're done. We've met quite a few people, and it's been fun seeing both what other people like us are up to and also what's in the game.
You can't go.
Why not?
Because it's way too dangerous.
Come on, Sora. We made it this far by sticking together. You can't go alone.
Kyrie, even if we're apart, we're not alone anymore, right?
I still think we should just leave Riku be stuck in the darkness and end the game with everything else staying the same.
Donald, much worse, Heartless are going everywhere from Hollow Bastion and causing danger to every world we've been to. It is most certainly not okay to leave it how it is.
All right, we'll save Sleepy Riku.
Take this. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise?
Promise.
Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
But her heart isn't with him, so that's not really correct anymore.
This time it's more of a metaphor than it was at first. Meant to be more of a symbolic statement at this point.
So this is another one of those scenes where there's dialogue but no actual spoken lines. I don't want to repeat it before where we just can't speak the lines coherently.
Yeah, I will say my reading comprehension skills were not the best that day. I suppose if there's no dialogue actually being spoken, I did want to ask something else to 11. Why were you so upset earlier about us bringing the guests here, even if it was an accident? If Sukuna is one of those superior beings, then it's kind of worrying how you can just send him away that easily.
Well, I was more upset earlier because you all don't know what it's like to take someone from one world to the other. The world itself does it for you usually, and a machine does it the other times. But I have to find out who the person is that showed up with you, and then find the world they came from. Then stop what I'm doing just to open a link to both worlds so they can continue living their lives. Not exactly the easiest thing to just do on a whim. I know you all don't know what kind of mental effort that takes, but it is a lot and not something you all can imagine doing. It's not any more difficult to do that to a superior being compared to anyone else, so that wasn't really a factor in all of this.
That was a lot, so thanks for all that information. I'm wondering why you were so willing to tell us all of that, but nothing on what you're actually focusing on. But if that's not for us to know now, then I won't ask more about it.
Thank you for understanding, Joe. I'll tell you all about it another time, but like I said before, I want to keep things under wraps for the finale. Actually, I'll do this instead. I'll come back another time and tell you before you're getting done with the series. That way you can go into your final episode being fully aware and not need to worry about getting surprised the last minute.
Yeah, I do feel quite a bit better, so that sounds good. Not that I was really worried for what you were doing to begin with.
I have to be honest, with Eleven's whole monologue, I wasn't really focusing on what Riku was doing. Did I miss anything important?
Something about needing 2 hearts and 2 keys to close a door. That and probably some sort of symbolic thing that Riku is going through, but yeah, I wasn't fully comprehending it while he was telling us about himself.
I'm sure you'll do fine, even if you didn't take in much from that one scene. Not like you've been all that focused on the game whenever a guest shows up to begin with.
He does have a fair point about what we pay attention to. Time to head out and go through a portal to Hollow Bastion again.
Actually, no.
Wait, what?
I have a different idea of how to spend some time before heading back there.
You're making another Gummi ship? I never thought much about the fact that we haven't really upgraded the main one much at all, so even though you won't need it for that much longer, this is rather good to consider.
To tell you all the truth, I started to feel bad that I named the first one after myself. I mean, I obviously deserve to have it named after myself considering the person I am, but I figured I would take some time before the game was over to make something better, but also something that represents all of us instead of just me.
Thank you for the thought, Donald. That is very good of you to think about. How are you going to represent all of us within the structure of the Gummi ship itself?
Oh no, I was just talking about the name of it for the actual structure. I'm just putting things together in a way I think will look cool without really thinking of making it look coherent at all.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Either way, it's good that you thought of us enough to make another one that will help for the next few parts whenever we do use it.
While Donald builds the well-intentioned monstrosity of a Gummi ship, I think we can go over the plans for the next few videos in the series. So the next video after this one is going to be the last cup at the Olympus Coliseum and the optional fights. We can only get most of those by getting to the last world in the game. After that's done, we'll be leveling up Sora to the highest level, just to make the last section a bit easier.
We contemplated not doing that, but at the same time, we've barely had any trouble throughout the entire playthrough when it comes to difficulty, so at this point, it's not going to make much of a difference to change that towards the very end. Besides, the journey has mainly been about learning more from everyone we meet with, rather than the actual challenge of the game itself.
We can do the leveling up off-screen, so we don't show several hours of Sora deflecting shots from the Ice Titan. For Part 17, that will be getting through the main section of the last world, but not a whole lot else. Part 18 is going to be the final part for this series. I think we mentioned this before, but we do not plan on covering later games in this series since this one alone took so long to have come out. Granted, it has been a fun time overall, but I don't think we expected to be working on it for as long as we have, so doing more games in the series would be too much for us.
It might be a shame to not play later games, but this really has taken a lot of effort, and we want to be realistic about what we can get done for our playthroughs. Hey Donald, how's the building process going along?
I think this is the best Gummi ship we've ever had, if I do say so myself. And that's not even just because I was the one who made it, although I can't lie, that was a factor in my decision making.
We've only had 2 ships, so there's not a lot to choose from.
You are right, but mine still is the best one. I'm going to name it something that's really representative of everyone else here that hasn't gotten a Gummi ship named after them, so that's everyone but me.
If your thought process behind naming it is anything like what you did to create the Gummi ship, this is going to be absolutely incomprehensible and probably not something anyone else has ever come up with before.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Nothing of what I just said resembles a compliment in the slightest.
Behold, everyone, my magnum opus, Joe Bama in.
Donald, you're going to have to walk us through this because I have no idea what that is supposed to mean.
It's a combination of everyone else's names. So the first part being Joe could be either Joe's name or the first section of Jordan, so it fits for both of them. The Bama part is most of Barack's last name, and the end part is the ending of Ben's first name. I put a whole 3 seconds into the naming for this, so I hope you can all appreciate the hard work that went into this.
Well, it was a very thoughtful gesture, even though the actual end result is very unique, to put it lightly. What matters most is you tried to do something that would make us feel good and make it easier to play while going between worlds.
I don't even think we'll use it all that much since we're close to the end of the game already, but thank you for the new ship.
I'm sure it will be useful for the one more time we'll be showing it in the playthrough. We're just about to Hollow Bastion. Normally we'd have to go all the way back up because apparently we can't just go to whichever save room we want. We'll skip ahead closer to the top, as besides some different Heartless, there's not much really new coming up for a while.
We will go to the point where we see the princesses again in just a moment.
Is there anything important I'm going to be fighting before we're done today or not at this point?
I mean, there is one more fight before we're done, but it's just something as an obstacle with no story significance.
Most of the remaining 5 or so minutes is just getting more magic and abilities. There's quite a bit in Hollow Bastion once you're here for the second time, so it's very helpful to have everything done before the next few videos start.
I don't know if we'll end up using them, but that's nice that we'll have them at all. I think we got an Oathkeeper earlier today, and now there's the Oblivion. I imagine those sound like good options to have.
They are pretty good. Some of the games have issues where some Keyblades are significantly better than others and make it pointless to switch around, though not the main game so much.
Sometimes the number of damage going up is enough to make one way better than the others, so that probably has to do with it. Oh hey, this is a Behemoth fight just like most Final Fantasy games. That's really cool how they put that in here since it is one of the last areas of the game, just like in the original series it comes from.
I never really made that connection before, but that would make a lot of sense. So Donald, for this fight, you have to attack the horn in the middle, so you can either jump on it or use gravity, but avoid the attack it uses when it brings the head up above, since it really hurts.
It didn't really hurt all that bad with arrow up, but that whole light from the sky thing looks pretty dangerous. Shouldn't be much of a problem for the Donald himself.
That's the spirit Donald you show this guy that doesn't seem to have more than 3 attacks. Well, I've enjoyed my time here today, but I really don't want to be here anymore, so I'm going to leave. I'll stop by sometime before your journey is over to let you know what I've got going on, but for now, peace out, people.
All right, we'll see you later, Cloak Guy. We'll just play the game for a while. Hey, actually, who is going to be playing next time if there's going to be Coliseum fights and optional boss battles?
Ben and I had an idea on that, but we'll go into detail when we're not about to be in a cutscene.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Now let's go and seal that big keyhole.
Sora, you did it.
So here's the idea that we thought of while the Final Fantasy characters have their discussion. The optional fights are pretty difficult and time-consuming, so we didn't want to put any of you through that. Ben can take care of the next part, and once we get to the last world, Joe can take over since he is next in the rotation for the presidents. We're still not sure how we want to have the finale go, but we'll get there soon enough. Sounds good?
I mean, I could beat all of those fights myself with no damage very easily, but if it goes according to your plan you've thought up, then that's fine.
That is Cap Donald, but yes, Jordan, I like the idea.
Sounds good to me.
All right, that's what we'll do then. Kind of weird to think the series will only have 3 parts left so soon.
And we've been working on it almost a year and a half.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again. Besides, I couldn't forget you, even if I wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Honestly, with these guys talking and the plans for who plays each video, I forgot about the keyhole.
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to what they were saying when it was just text. It's a little harder for me to get invested when there's no voice dialogue.
All right, guys, that's one more keyhole done. Just to let you know, Donald talking to the Princesses of Heart in a moment will get you an upgrade to the fire spell. I'm still not sure how exactly someone can give an ability like that, but it's going to happen. After that, you'll have to go to the library and talk to Aerith multiple times to get an upgrade to Cure, which is very helpful. Then go upstairs to have Belle and the Beast reunite.
Wow, that is a lot. 2 Keyblades and 2 magic spells is a lot for one video.
Actually, it's going to be 3. Having the cutscene play out for Belle and the Beast gets you the Divine Rose, which is another good Keyblade. We'll be using one in particular from the next video rather than these ones, but still good to add more for Sora's collection.
Any reason why you have to talk to her more than once to get the Cure spell? I don't think we've had to talk with people more than once in a row to get something.
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'd imagine there was some reason as to why this specific situation was done that way, but I can't think of why that would be especially, since I don't think anything tells you to go here to get it, much less talk to Aerith 3 times for it.
As long as we know what to do now for it, that's what matters. Anything special about those Ansem reports we just got?
I mean, there is some optional backstory that you can read up on, as some of them are unlocked throughout the game instead of multiple at once like just now, but they're not really important to this playthrough.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Thank you for that.
Oh, Belle.
That's going to be it for today.
We should be back for more at a later day.
Thank you to everyone for those who have stuck around for the whole playthrough so far.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And peace out, people.